Okay, great. And thank you so much. Thanks, Kevin. And I believe we are ready to transition now. So thank you for your patience. And take it away, Oscar.
All right, thank you very much. And now I would like to introduce to you. And first before I introduce him, let me take this opportunity. I'm sure today is Amir Khan's birthday, so we wish Amir Khan a very happy birthday. Happy birthday, Amir Khan. He's the former unified super lightweight world champion, and he's won numerous world titles. He keeps on proving over and over and over again what type of fighter he is on a world-class stage. He had a tremendous win against a young, hungry, at his peak at the moment, Marcos Maidana, where he just proved and showed to the world what a warrior he is. So let me introduce to you facing Devon Alexander with a record of 29-3 with 19 KOs out of Bolton, England. That is Amir Khan. Amir.
Hi, Oscar. Thanks for the introduction. I just want to say thanks to all the media for, taking my conference call. Training camp's been really good. I feel in great shape. Not far off the weight. The weight's been good as well. And, really focused for this fight. Not looking past this fight, just looking at Devon Alexander. I've been working with Virgil Hunter, my trainer, on how to beat him, sticking to that game plan in the fight. And then, also been doing a lot of strength conditioning work. So we're going to be in full condition and in great condition for this fight. If it goes full distance, we're going to be ready. We're going to be in front of Devon, and we're going to have the engine to go all the way through with a good work rate and a good volume of punches. We've been in camp for around about 12, 13 weeks. I've been in training camp. I've had a dietitian, I've had a chef cooking for me, sure I've had the right food, and I'm taking right with everything, which I think has made a massive difference in how I feel when I go in the gym and train. So I'm not cheating myself in any way. I'm getting massages at the right time, feeling fresh. I've had great sparring partners, flown guys over from all over America to come spar with me. And heavy guys and light guys and guys who move, guys who come forward, guys who run me. So we're on every different angle, we don't know what we're going to be expecting. I've been watching videos of Devon. Devon's a good fighter going back. He's a hot fighter going forward. So we've worked on everything possible really. We've not anything out. So when we come to fight night, on December 30th, Friday, we're going to be ready for whatever he brings to the table, and we're going to have all the answers. Just want to say thanks again for joining the conference call, and that's everything from me. Thanks.
If you would like to ask a question or have a comment, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad. This will place your question in the order it was received. Once again, if you would like to ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad now. Our first question comes from Brian Campbell with ESPN.com.
Amir, thanks for the time here. This fight, of course, was one that almost came off a year ago. Do you regret not taking it then and rolling the dice on trying to get Floyd back then? Do you regret that now when you look back?
Well, I think things happen for a reason, and I think, it was my first fight at the 147-pound division. So it didn't happen last December, because obviously, we changed a few things, and I was hoping for the big fight against Floyd, and that fell through. But it really, in a way, it's given me time to build into this weight division. Even though, in a way, I missed out a fight, I got to, work on what I need to work on, like my boxing skills and defense, and take my time. And when you're in training camp and focusing on you're a fighter and how to beat a fighter, how to beat an opponent, it's all you don't really work on your mistakes. But whereas the time when I didn't really have an opponent, I was just working on improving myself, keeping in the gym, focusing. I mean, I had back-to-back training camps. But then when I did have that fight in May against Collazo, you know, it was a great performance. So it showed me a lot of things, and it proved to me a lot of things that, you know, spending time in training camp, in between camps, in between fights, does make you a better fighter. So, you know, I think Devon got me at a better time. I'm much more better at 147 now. Feel stronger at this way, and I'm going to be more than ready. I'm going to be more ready than I was last year.
Do you feel in hindsight that you were deceived by the Mayweather camp at all?
Well, you know, that's life. I mean, it's just one of them things. And look, like I said, everything happens for a reason, and it wasn't meant to be my time. And, you know, I'm not going to let it get to me, but I used it in a way as an advantage, you know, to help me and to kind of make me, you know, work on things I needed to and spend a lot of time in the gym. And they had me to do that. So when I did have my first fight at 147, I was very strong, and I was on top of my game.
And last question, now that you've had more time to work with Virgil, would you say that you're focusing on getting in less exchanges and looking to be a more defensive boxer, or would you say that's not true?
Well, I'm still going to, you know, be the fighter I am. It's just in me, it's in the blood. It's, you know, we're just more smart. I mean, whenever we put an attack together, there's a reason why we're putting that attack together, and then there has to be a way out, or has to be a, you know, a way to stay out of trouble doing that. So you can still be exciting, you can still be come forward, you can still throw a lot of punches, but being careful at the same time. And that's what Virgil brought to the table, you know, make me a better fighter. He's making me a fighter that understands everything, what I have to do in the ring, and sticks to that game plan.
Thanks very much. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Lem Satterfield with TheRingTV.com.
Hey, Amir, how are you?
Well, I'm all right.
Is Virgil on the call also?
Yes.
Okay, question for both of you. How does Devon differ from Paul McCloskey and Zab Judah, if at all, in terms of his southpaw stance and the skills he brings to the table? Amir, can you address that? Because I know you had a little bit of problems with Paul McCloskey before that fight was ended, but you had an easier.
No, I mean, I think the Paul McCloskey fight, I think we were winning that fight comfortably. I mean, I think we got to five rounds, and a head clash happened, and he was cut, but he didn't want to continue. But I was beating him every round before then. It was a clean, you know, clean win for me, really, till the headbutt happened. Against Collazo, I mean, same again, he's another southpaw, which I won every round, and I won that fight by a very wide margin. And then southpaw fought with Zab Judah. So I boxed really well against southpaw guys. I mean, you know, Devon's going to bring something else to the table, but I've got the confidence behind me that every southpaw I fought, I've beaten, and I've against as well. And you know, that just helps me. And as long as I stick to it and listen to my corner and listen to Virgil, you know, I'll be fine in the fight.
How does what does Devon bring that
Devon brings hand speed to the table. I mean, he brings you know, movement. You know, likes to be aggressive, likes to you know, get on his bike sometimes. So we're going to be ready for whatever he brings to the table, and whatever he does, you know, we're going to have answers for. So yeah, you know, he's going to come to fight. It's a massive opportunity for him. He's going to Vegas, and obviously, you know, he wants to put on a show. I've been to Vegas before. I've headlined there a few times, so you know, I know exactly what to expect. So I'm going to be nice and calm, but you know, it's a good time for him, and yeah, he should make the most of it.
Okay. Virgil, can you address what he said about Devon and how the fight maybe with Collazo helped to prepare him for this one, or is that a completely different fighter?
Two different fights, but as long as you have the proper mindset, you should be able to make the adjustments. So without doubt, as Amir said, Devon brings a lot of attributes to the fight, and you have to be able to adjust to those attributes at any given time, and that was the purpose of our camp, in order to try to negate whatever brings. But it's no doubt that he brings a lot to the table.
Yeah. And as far as his improvement, you had said when you first got him that it's going to take a while for him to break some old habits. Did he, in fact, do all of those things against Collazo? And why do you think it took that fight, a rise in weight? What all culminated in that fight?
I think one of the main things that happened that leading up to the Collazo fight is that we had a lot of time to work together. He was anticipating another fight, so he was coming here, and I was going to England, so we spent a considerable amount of time together. And during those times, we worked on things that we felt would enhance his ability and also make him more aware of what's going on in the ring. I would like to think that he has graduated tremendously to another level, but there are other levels to obtain. So he has a high bar set. I don't think he's reached that bar yet, but you can't continue to get better until you can continue to set the bar high. So I'm very happy and pleased where Amir is at this point in his career and at this point in our relationship.
I thank you so much, and good luck in the fight.
You're welcome.
And our next question comes from Robert Cartagena with the Bay Area.
Hi, good morning. Yes, I'm here. Good morning.
Hi,
How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm good, thanks.
Good. So, of course, fight week, fights is Saturday night, and of course you've been going after that Mayweather fight for a few years. How important is it for you to make an emphatic statement in beating Devon Alexander Saturday night?
Well, when it comes to the Mayweather fight, I think every fighter in the welterweight division wants a big fight against Mayweather to see how they do against the best fighter. And as young fighters and as hungry fighters, you want to fight the best, and you want to beat the best, and you want to see how you do against the best. You never want to leave boxing one day thinking, what would have happened if I fought someone like Floyd? Styles make fights, and some styles cause problems to Floyd. And some styles, I believe, beat him, and some styles probably could be made for him. So really, you have to just go with the flow. But going into this fight, I know, look, this fight winning this fight could lead to a massive fight. But to be honest with you, I'm not looking past this fight because I know it's a dangerous fight for me, and I've made that mistake before in the past. I used to look past the fights, and fights that I should have gone in and won. So I'm not doing that anymore, and my team's taught me not to do that as well, because look, I'm still young, I'm 27 and 28 today, and I'm still learning, and as a young fighter, I'm hungry, and I just have to sometimes pace myself and just stay calm really, and see and be patient. That's the main thing, being patient, taking my time, and whoever they put in front of me, deal with that person and take it a step at a time. So I'm not looking past this fight against Devon because it's going to be a tough fight for me, and we just have to stay focused and not really make any mistakes and look good against Devon.
Right. You've been working with Virgil Hunter for 2 years now. What's it been like working with Virgil? Excuse me. And with that 1 year that you took off following the Julio Diaz fight, what's the most you've improved on?
Yeah, working with Virgil Hunter, it's great, coming to the gym. It's not like it was in the wild card or anywhere else I've trained where the gyms are full and you've got people watching you and stuff. Whereas, we go into the gym, it's very isolated, it's very quiet, and, it's good because you can focus on what you need to do, and you've got only people you have in the gym is, your gym mates, that's it. And the gym might only have 5-6 people, and that's the most, and that's when it's busy. So I think that's what fighting needs, really, to focus. You don't need a big gym full of people, because sometimes that can distract you being young and I'm such a nice person that someone tries to speak to me, I'll speak back to them, and I'll stand there while I should be training. So really, we have a gym which is closed doors, and I focus. And what Virgil's brought to the table, I mean, he's made me a better fighter. He's made me an understanding fighter to understand what boxing is all about and not making mistakes, and not going back to my old self again. I mean, it's going to be in the blood where I love to fight, and everyone knows that. And when I can come forward and fight you, I can box you. So I have all the abilities, but there's times and places for those things, And so with Virgil, he's maybe much smarter. We've done for this fight, must have done over 160 rounds of sparring, which helps because the only way of putting it together and seeing where you are and seeing what you're up to is when you put it to work. And I put it to work against good sparring partners, and it worked against them. And I kept my focus, I kept my composure, and I know it's gonna definitely help me when it comes down Saturday, because I'm gonna be more focused and I'm hungry. I really want to win this fight because this fight is a big fight for me.
Yeah. Virgil, same question for you. What's it been like working with Amir, and what has stood out to you the most in the 2 years that you've trained together?
Well, again, I think any coach would enjoy working with a fighter such as Amir, who has such immense talent. And at the same time, at the time you're merging together. You're merging together after years of boxing. So you want to be careful how you make changes, and you want to be careful how you implement things. So it is a time process, and that time process is continuous. It hasn't stopped. It should never stop until the day that he retires. There's always room for improvement, room for growth, and then there's also adjustments that you have to make in your style and transitions and recreations as you get a little older. So you have to prepare for 30 when you're 28. So it's just something that we have committed to, and we just take it one fight at a time. We have a goal of being better in each fight, and that's how we've gone about it, and so far it's worked for us.
Thank you. Amir, how has this training camp gone so far?
Training camp's been great. I've been in training camp for 13 weeks and been working very, very hard, and we've mixed it up with lots of conditioning, with lots of technique work, lots of sparring, lots of trying new things out and working on them and improving my old style. Improving where I need to improve on, things I need to improve on, and it's been so much fun. I've had a great camp and been very focused. I've been watching the diet and eating clean as well, which I've understood it a little bit better now, because when you eat clean, you train better. I mean, it's like putting good fuel in a car. It's going to drive better. So it's like as a fighter, you put good fuel in your body, you're going to work harder. And little things that I've learned, and I'm only becoming the full package. I've still got a lot of room of improvement yet, but I'm slowly, learning and I'm improving. That's the main thing. You can compare the Amir Khan 12 months ago to the Amir Khan now. I'm way ahead. I'm much better and much smarter, and hopefully on Saturday you'll see a massive difference. And I always say this because every fight I'm different. So you'll see a better Amir Khan going into this fight, smarter and a clever boxer.
Okay. In Devon's two previous losses to Timothy Bradley and Sean Porter, he was more not outboxed, but they were able to rough him up, make it very uncomfortable for him inside the ring. Do you feel any pressure, Amir, to try and outbox Devon to make your punches count and to earn those points on the scorecard?
Well, we're just going to stick with a good game plan. I don't know exactly what we're going to do in the fight is going to work for us, and whatever them other fighters did, Sean or whatever Bradley did, and they beat him, that was their technique and that was their game plan. We have something, and we're going to have our own game plan, and we're going to stick to that. It's going to work for us. So, whatever they did, it worked, and it just shows that, some things may work against Devon, but we have and I'm always different depending on my opponent and how I fight.